Welcome to Inside Bremerton. This is the City of Bremerton's video newsletter, focusing on issues and topics important to its citizens. We are at our fire training facility for Fire Ops 101. This is a really awesome event. With me now to talk about what's going on today is Rob Ashmore. Rob is with our Bremerton Fire Department. What is your title, sir? What is your rank?
Today, I'm the union president.
Today,
so I'm a firefighter with the City of Bremerton. I've been here 20 years. 20
years with the city.
Yep.
What roles have you had in the fire department, Rob?
I was a firefighter paramedic for 20, and I just dropped my paramedic cert last year, so now I'm a firefighter and spend a lot of my time doing the union business.
Excellent, very good. So this is a union event today organized by our firefighter union. Rob, tell us, number one, about this facility. We're near Pendergast Regional Park. We are by the 911 facility, the Washington Youth Academy, but on this grounds is this fabulous training facility for our firefighters. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. This is a regional training center used by most of the fire departments in the area. Today we got Paulsbo, South Kitsap, Bremerton, Central Kitsap, and North Kitsap, and the Navy Region firefighters. So the firefighters from across the county came together to put this event on, and this regional training center provides us a great backdrop, the live props. It gives us really a good spot to conduct all these evolutions and give the elected officials just a little taste of what it's like to be a firefighter.
Right, right. So that's who's participating today, lots of elected officials, so they get an idea of really what firefighters and paramedics deal with in an emergency situation.
Correct.
Yeah, very, very good. Why is this important, Rob? Why is this important to share what firefighters do?
I think it's important for elected officials and community leaders to understand what their first responders deal with. And the scenarios that we have set up today are really practical scenarios that reflect what firefighters and paramedics do on a regular basis in Kitsap County. This isn't being oversold as a Chicago fire episode or a Hollywood movie. These are house fires and cardiac arrest events and apartment fires and things that we deal with on a regular basis. And it just gives the elected officials and community leaders a chance to see what it is that we do, so that when they have to make those hard budget decisions down the road, they have an idea you know, how it affects and it impacts the firefighters and their ability to do their job.
Right. So let's talk about the scenarios, Rob. There are 5 that each group is going to go through.
Correct.
Tell us what those scenarios are.
So we have, like you said, 5, and each group will get about 45 minutes to participate in the scenarios. We have a live fire scenario, which is in a Connex box set up just on the other side there. And they'll enter the building on full breathing apparatus, full PPE bunker gear in place. They'll get a chance to feel the heat. They'll get a chance to see the smoke and the steam come down on them. They'll get a little bit of a chance to use the thermal imaging cameras, and so it'll give them just a little bit of a taste of what it's like to enter a burning structure with the heat and the smoke.
Wow.
The second evolution they're going to do is a megacode evolution, and that's a cardiac arrest event. And they'll get a chance to participate from moving the patient into a spot where they can work on them, compressions, ventilations. They'll assist the paramedics with the equipment, the medications, and the airway equipment that they use. And they'll run that megacode to the point where we would transport a patient to the hospital. So they start to finish a cardiac arrest event.
Wow. Wow.
We're also doing vehicle extrication, which is, again, kind of down that direction. And in the vehicle extrication scenario, they're going to use the hydraulic equipment, they're going to use hand tools, stabilization equipment, and they're going to get a chance to really use the hydraulic cutters and cut the posts and pry the doors and you know, get a real flavor for how heavy the equipment is and how powerful it is. So we're going to do a search and rescue evolution in the tower. The Navy Region firefighters are going to conduct that evolution. They're going to use a hose line up to the 2nd floor, and this prop is set up, designed to be a hotel prop or an interior stairwell of an apartment building. and they're going to do a search and rescue operation in nearly blacked out conditions. Smoke level down to the floor, very poor visibility, using their hands and sensory to find the victims. When they find the victims, they're going to move them to a safe location, and we're going to use ladder 51 as one of the extrication points. And on the far side of the building, we're going to use a ladder crew from 51, and they're going to do a vent enter search evolution, which is throwing a ground ladder to an apartment window, breaking the window, entering the building, searching that room quickly, and then getting out. And we would do this on the back side of an apartment building, where they would throw the ladder, enter the room, close the door to stop the fire spread, exit, move the ladder down, and go down the line.
Rob, there are a lot of elected officials today. However, there's also community leaders, school district personnel, firefighter or fire commissioners from CK and probably other areas. Very, very important information. How many folks are participating today, Rob?
So we have 16 participants going today, which gives us a nice manageable number.
Right.
We have groups of 3 or 4.
Right.
So every participant gets a chance to, get their hands on the equipment and the tools and participate to whatever level they feel comfortable.
Right. And it's also important to notice that each one of the participants has a handler with them, correct?
Correct.
Has a firefighter, paramedic right with them, so there's no danger today. Everybody's totally safe.
And it gives them a chance to ask questions about, how
Exactly.
things work, why we do these things. And so, yeah, it's just a good chance and it's also a good chance for our firefighters to meet some of the elected officials that they wouldn't normally get to do.
Right. Rob, I want to thank you, number one, for your leadership on this event. This is a big job to coordinate everybody, and we wish you well, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
The heat level's here. Communicate that with him. So you let him know, hey, the heat level's right here. Check the door for pressure. You got no pressure. Make sure you let him know we're doing a left-hand search.
Okay.
Welcome back. Joining me now is our Fire Chief, Bremerton Fire Chief, Dave Schmidt. Chief Schmidt, you have been a training officer down in the LA area.
Yes.
Why is this operation important?
Well, for a number of reasons. One, we're bringing all of our agencies together at the same place, doing the same drills, speaking the same language. It's so important when we work together side by side on a daily basis to be able to understand that we all operate on the same frequencies, we all speak that language, and we can work together. So this is a great opportunity to bring everybody together at our training facility here.
Yeah. And what's your impression of this training facility, Chief? It's huge, and it's got lots of different scenarios. Is it adequate? Do we need to add to it? Well, how is it?
Well, the nice thing is we have the space.
Yep.
So we have the
Yep.
space, we just haven't utilized it to its fullest capabilities yet, but we do have a plan in place, and we're working right now to actually do a big expansion here and add a lot of facilities and
Great.
make this really a classy, class 1 type of training facility and a regional training facility that all our agencies can come out here and use.
Excellent. What's the most important information that participants, our elected officials, community leaders, what do you hope they take away from today?
Wow, I hope they take away a lot because when we ask them and we talk to them about what it takes in the field to manage an incident, to save lives, to put out fires, to do extrication, to do forcible entry, it's a very manpower intensive. And when we don't have the staffing available to perform a rescue, to put a fire out, we need to rely on each other here. And so there's a lot of mutual aid. And so we pull from outer agencies just to cover an incident of a normal stature that we should be able to handle within our own agencies. So our staffing levels, we want to stress that we need that staffing. We've got excellent equipment, but our staffing is our shortcoming right now.
Thanks for joining us on Inside Bremerton. I hope you've enjoyed learning Fire Ops 101 and how important it is in our community for folks to train together. Thanks for joining us on Inside Bremerton. We'll see you next time.